started working with ECU?
I was separated from live ops on August the 13th, and I think I started with ECU around the third week of September. The only thing that I did was job board activity off LinkedIn. It didn't do anything. And, not surprisingly. And the punchline is, I knew it wasn't going to work. That's how I found Express Script. That's how I found Banner Health. But Express Scripts was a 9-month job search. Banner was 4 months. I was just doing job board activity like that. And then I ran across an ad for ECU, and it was a little 15-minute podcast or something. And I thought, you know what? That all makes sense. So that's where I was. I think I was headed into a dark place without ECU.
At what point did you say, I need help?
I listened to the podcast and I thought, what I'm doing may work. It's going to take forever, and I don't have forever, right? Number one. Secondly, here's some other things too. I was wrestling with my age. I'm 64, and I was wrestling with that as a barrier. I was not confident in my sales technique, right? My pitch, what was my value statement? I was not confident in that. And so I really felt, like I said, it was a dark place. After I listened to the podcast, I just talked to my wife and I said, I really need to do this differently, and this is the avenue I want to go. I've shared with Kristina that the learning from the program, the mindset coaching, for one thing, is really life-changing. And then the learning from the program is a life skill that'll go with me forever. So 3 years from now, if I need to make a job change again or whatever, I kind of know what to do because I've learned it through this process. And the mindset work really saved me from a lot of stress and anxiety.
What did you find most valuable about working together?
Twofold things. Like I said, I already spoke about the mindset piece because that, first of all, that sort of like resurrected a set of beliefs that I had many years ago that had sort of left at the wayside. In my conversation with Kristina this morning, I told her, I'm going to be intentional going forward. I will be exercising my mindset skills every day from now on. And part of the reason for that is once I start going into the office, I'm going to treat that like my brand statement so that I'm always building and presenting a consistent reputation. Because I don't want to be in this role for the next 10 years. I want to get promoted. So that's one thing. Secondly, the learning around storytelling, super valuable. The learning around networking in terms of like virtual networking, build your LinkedIn network, reach out to those people, have those conversations. And what I found with those folks, people want to help. People are pretty nice. I've had a few people that said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care about your years of experience, right? Okay, well, you're archived. But for the most part, people are super open and willing to have conversations, and they're very good conversations, very positive and encouraging. So, and that was a new thing for me too, because that part is outside my comfort zone, to just put it that way.
And so what advice would you offer someone who is considering working with us?
I would recommend diving in with both feet, consume the content, the learning content early, and then participate in as many coaching sessions as you can. Some folks, they have a job, and so they can't really play full time, but just join as many sessions as you can. And here's another thing too that I think is a key. Embrace the celebration of other people's success. Honestly, there's times when I was going through early in this program, I was thinking, these guys got offers, and what the hell am I doing, But to get past that is to say, it's working for them, it'll work for me, so good job, congratulations. And embrace the mindset work too was, again, a little foreign to me because Kristina starts off her meetings with a guided meditation to try to get your mind focused and working and exercising those like a muscle. So I would say those things, take advantage of all of the resources. For example, you get a connection, they send a message, send a little email off to support and say, how do I get a phone call out of this? The group calls are really good for sort of like the higher level. From my perspective, at least, I needed someone to talk to me about me.
Just to recap, the offer that you received, what's the role name?
The role is Director of Access Operations, and it speaks to what they're wanting to do is to improve patient and provider access. So there are, like I said, there are 3 separate hospitals. They use the same core system, but all the hospitals use different features of it. And then there are certain medical specialties that use different features and different preferences and how they want to schedule their clinics, etc. My role will be to help streamline those things and sort of standardize those in a way that provides a better provider experience and a better patient experience.
And the offer that you received, and I know we're going to go back and negotiate a little bit, but the offer that you received from an expectation standpoint when you started in the program, where does that align?
When I started in the program, I thought maybe I could target 120. And through the various coaching modules, all the learning and the mindset and the visioning, those things that helped me elevate, my own value in my own mind, then helped me to project that outwardly. So the offer that I received blows away what I originally thought was possible.
Any last minute thoughts as we wrap this up?
For me, the experience of ECU and the support of ECU has embedded some life skills that will carry forward with me. And I would not have gained those had I not enrolled in the program. I'm super grateful for that and happy to be an advocate for the program. I mean, I choked a little bit at the feet initially, but for 2 seconds, that's it. But I called her a moment ago and said, here's what the offer is. She's like, oh my gosh. So well worth the price of admission.